But speaking about the stage, the next presenter is also the last one, but definitely and certainly not the least one, because he is a living VMS legend and an industry guru, and also I'm not even sure if I need an introduction to you, Francois. It's basically, if I would say just Francois, without the company, without mentioning anything, people would know who is entering the stage. So ladies and gentlemen, Francois. Welcome back. Welcome and welcome back.
And you say it right, because most of the English-speaking people don't know how to pronounce Francois. I've been named also Francois, so sort of things like that. So I'm going to talk to you today, nothing new, from one year to the next, about Digifort. But I'm not going to bore you to death to say, look, my software is doing this better, etc. Let's talk about the concept and the approach, how to handle the Digifort and how Digifort evolved. As you can see, your ISMS platform. Okay, you say, what is ISMS? Let's talk about it now. So welcome back to the Nordic Summit 2025. You've got the same one in body on the stage, so you don't need more of that. ISMS is integrated security management solution. The thing is, when you've got a video management system, you just manage video. And we migrated and moved forward along the project we deploy, having the request to integrate more things around video. So yes, we integrate analytics, we integrate LPR, etc. But we've been asked to integrate all the surrounding systems. And I'm going to show you how we can deliver a more advanced and complete solution along this presentation. I'm attached to understand how we're going to build a solution. So you, in this room, I think there is some end users, there is some maybe system integrators. First of all, we got to listen, because we don't know everything. We have some different bits and bobs to create a solution, but we've got to understand what we're going to offer to you. And when we're listening for a project, there's not only one person to listen to. There is the security team, there's the IT team, and we've been talking a lot about cybersecurity. You've got the management, they've got some different expectations. And of course, there's the finance. Say, how much is that going to cost? So we listen to these guys, and we sit with them, every of them, and say, look, guys, okay, security team, you want ABC, and you management, you want something else, and the IT, we want this super cyber secured, and the finance, I want it to pay the least amount of money. So we sit with these guys and say, okay, how do you work today? We don't want to actually change all your way of working, maybe adapt. Say what you're doing today. You do in this way, but maybe if we suggest to improve the way you work and add this part of the process, or maybe you don't realize how much time you spend onto this task and we make it shorter. It's all these things we've got really to understand. And this is key to actually build up the solution. So then we came to the design. And the solution design, we need to create an architecture. But the architecture, we don't are going to wipe everything away. To say, oh, you got this whole stuff here, we got to wipe it away and got to replace by all my brown thing, because the finance will say, oh, no, it's going to be cost too much. And it's what we are good at as well, to handle with the legacy. Also, when you got a new system, the people are scared, because they don't want to be out of their comfort zone. They know something, and they used to work with something. And they are scared to actually all of a sudden get a different interface and take a week or more to actually understand and be able to handle. So user-friendliness is a key. And I'll give you an example. There is something when you are on a computer and you look for something. What do? And it's so automatic that you even don't know you do it. You right-click of your mouse, opening any sort of menu going to come down, and it's going to give you access to any functionality where you are. But it's so obvious that we've got a lot of people in this industry, they don't do anything with it. But we always do, and we try always to help the user. So taking over a system from Digifort takes 20 minutes. After we got to provide access for the data and to secure the data. Cybersecurity is key, and I'm going to talk more about it. Return on investment is very important for the finance, and we got a business model in the way we're going to charge this amount of money, and we don't start to every year come and charge you again. So today the ISMS is becoming a platform which regroup and merge together the information of the video, the analytical LPR, facial recognition is fine, and all what's around it. So you got access control, you got fire detection, you got intrusion, but you've got also building management system with different protocols like BACnet, Modbus, SNMP to see what the status of your UPS, of your switches. So all this information is coming merged with a platform we created, which is called Smart Connect. So when I talk to Smart Connect, it's a Smart Connect, it's smart. It's smart because we can configure and merge things together in a very visual way. So when we talk to integration, you need 3 elements. First one, you need a sensor. Okay, a sensor is a door, is an alarm sensor, it's fire detection. Okay. Second, you want to get the visual proof of what you're going to look at. So a camera. So I team up a camera. We team up another thing in Digifort, is we team up a virtual I/O. See, it's going to give us the feedback into Digifort of the status of a door, of a sensor. And the third element is an event. I got a stolen ID, stripe onto this door, and I want to see the video of the guy striping the card. And how we do that? We log onto Digifort servers, and I will be able to show you a demo whenever you want. And we look onto all the different systems, access control, intrusion, etc. And we just pull the camera to this door, we pull this I/O to this door, we team up things together in a very visual way. And what we like to do in Digifort is the people buying and installing Digifort manage to take over the system like it's their own system. Not actually calling us, say, oh, I want to change, I want this camera onto this door, okay, $1,000 a day of an engineer is a fixed price. No, it doesn't work like that in Digifort. So when we've done this group, we actually get, upon the API of the system integrated, all the different events, because we talk about events, we can select and box ticking choices. And this is going to be as simple as that. And today, we've been called into many big projects. When I take big projects, it's 10,000, 15,000, 30,000 cameras. We're replacing the solution with what they have today. What they have today is, in security, you've got a certain number of systems next to each other, okay? You got videos, you got access control, intrusion, blah, blah, blah. On top of that, people are putting a PSIM. The problem of a PSIM is general and everything, is specialized on nothing. It most of the time specialized in access control. If you look at the PSIM, because they manage to communicate with different controllers and merge the database. But in video, what you're going to see? You're going to see an RTSP stream, just a video of a camera moving. So the people get fed up paying a lot of money, putting an infrastructure of a PSIM, and asking us if we can integrate the surrounding system, because when we go to a customer and say, you have a PSIM, what do you do with the PSIM? And I say, okay, I do A, I do B, I do C. I say, but A, B, C, we can do ourselves. And this is we've been dragged along in many projects. When we actually position ourselves in a segment of a market, we'll be unique. We're unique because we're agnostic. We don't challenge our technology partners, so we don't do access control. So all the access controls are giving us the API to integrate. And not only access control, of the systems. And we don't top up a layer, add up the system, etc. So this is where ISMS is coming from. So the IT team, we're going to talk to them and say, okay, we're going to optimize the hardware you're going to have in your data center. Less cooling system, less OS, less license, less maintenance. We're going to optimize your bandwidth and management. And all these things, they're going to be very interested. But we're going to talk about cybersecurity. And cybersecurity, there's a lot of speakers today, they're talking about cybersecurity. And Digifort taking very seriously. Cybersecurity, I'm not going to talk about cybersecurity for another 20 minutes, but it's like a rocket. You got different level, different step of the rocket, and you've got to know which one you want to trigger versus the money you want to bring in front. And Digifort is capable of providing all the different levels of this rocket up to the top end, complying to NIS2, etc. Then come to, so I should have moved forward to this slide. So yes, already Digifort is having the first level of the rocket, which is end-to-end encryption, which is the authentication, which is all the session management, video privacy. More than that, we have a manual, which is hardening manual, how to install Digifort on a server. And that will be understood by the IT manager. And we've got more than 40 points we harden to install a server. And this is second level of the rocket. So it's not only what the product can do, it's how the product is implemented. And if you want to move forward because you've got very sensitive sites, Digifort have been the only VMS who has received an attestation from the French lab called CNPP. And we had a mark of 9.5 out of 10. And all the 0.5 already been corrected. And Digifort, with a specific version we created, is already compliant in IST2. Management team. Management team, we're going to express how modular and flexible in the architecture we are, how we can adapt ourselves in the different environments. If I take an example, we got all the buses of Riga are in Digifort. And we had to modulate the architecture because there has some small PC with a Pentium CPU in each bus. Plus after we had to get a redundant recording into a cloud solution. So all of that we can do in a very modular way. We also evolve and adapt because we're agnostic. So we're agnostic, the technology is evolving every day. So we talk about AI. So not all the analytics are good for everything. You got to adapt the analytic for what you want. Can be an analytic for shoplifting, can be an analytic for object classification, the other one for safety, the other one for security. And Digifort is open and agnostic to all this technology, so able to adapt ourselves. Comprehensive capability, that's also a good thing that we, as I said before, we can manage the legacy of what's existing. I'll give you another example. You got the existing infrastructure having some NVRs, and you're not going to tell the management, say, you got to wipe everything away. You got to, on the other way around, us adapt to what is on site and how we can make the most of what is existing. So we integrate all this old stuff. We are capable of retrieving the recording from these boxes. We are capable of retrieving the alarm of these boxes. And that, in that way, you can migrate from an old architecture to a new one gradually, not in one go. And I'm sure that the finance will be happy of that. So for the finance, any license we sell, they are lifetime. We don't charge annual support. The clients are free of charge. You can activate licenses from one machine to another. There's a lot of different advantages, but also, because we integrate all these different technology, instead of being only a security system, we can become a productive system. We can provide to the company any tool to improve the management, to improve and get a return of investment using the tool, which is not only security. For Digifort today, I've got example of some projects being made the choice to use Digifort in their infrastructure. You've got Kesco Senukai, you all know the supermarkets, DIY shops. We came 5 years ago, they had a mismatch of different systems. They were struggling to get a playback of a video, they're struggling from one shop to get the other, to monitor the global infrastructure altogether. And we started to implement Digifort in this company, and it's growing all the time. It just got even today, they say, oh, you know, we're going to open a new shop today, this year, and there's going to be Digifort as well. So they are happy to get a coherent picture we can propose. I always say, we don't design a project for today. We design a project for today and for tomorrow, because your investment is not for one day, it's 4 years. And this is an example as we did with Senukai. There's another project, is Kakava Food. There's a poultry company, is from 24, and we actually view all the camera from a multi-location into a central place. We added the automatic number plate. There is a parametric analytic, and we use Smart Connect. I told you Smart Connect is smart. So they integrated the access control in this way. The other project I want to talk about is Nested Terminal. Is a terminal in Freeport from '98. And we actually get multiple cameras, so now they're happy because they can view all the cameras in the central location. We integrated the security guard and access control system. We get remotely control of the industrial technology, and we also put analytic and license plate recognition. These are examples, but today we are selling in 140 countries. Under my responsibility, I have all Europe, Middle East, Africa, India. I've got an office in Dubai, I've got an office in India. I've got very precious partners like Altas. We try to concentrate the presence with a dedicated partner, capable of having all the skill and knowledge of the solution we can propose after listening, studying, and designing. And for that, we got international airports, we got military sites, we've got retail, hospitality, education, and so forth and so on. We got projects like in the Gulf region, we've got Oman Electricity. All the distribution of electricity of Oman is in Digifort. You've got, I've got an industrial company which is originally French, but is worldwide. They are replacing the solution with a PSIM using Digifort as a SOC. And we are connected with intrusion, access control, perimeter detection, speakers, projectors, and there's all the process, and it's all Digifort is running around that. Thank you very much. My time is done, and I would be happy to answer if you've got any question.